how I would describe Dick and Mimi Bitzan is light and energy and love and faith and passion and compassion. You're touched, and you're touched for life when you meet Dick and Mimi.
I think there has been no better example of two people in our community that really love this community, that have really supported it, not only through their actions, but also by investing in the community, and they're leaders.
Our family moved a lot before settling in St. Cloud, but when we did come to St. Cloud, I eventually moved into Centennial, and I literally married the boy next door. So our families grew up not only as neighbors, but as friends. And our families had different personalities, but we were both raised with the same core values, to put faith at the center, to make family a priority, to live with gratitude, and to serve. And I think that that's really been a strong foundation for us.
I think that more and more people are realizing that there are great needs out in our community, and more people are working together, working individuals, churches, nonprofit organizations, working together, looking for opportunities to make our community and make other people's lives better.
Through the Central Minnesota Community Foundation, I served on the community committee with Mimi. She was the chair of the committee at the time. And there were often conversations that we would get into both at the meetings, but then after the meetings, and during events about what was really important in the community and how important it was to maintain especially the arts in the community. Understanding that a community that thrives in the arts is a community that thrives in many areas.
I think that arts feed the soul of a community. The arts bring us together to laugh, to think, to dance, to play. The arts fuel our creativity and our imagination. With our imagination, we can see things differently. That leads to innovation. But I think perhaps more importantly, imagination allows us to be open to perspectives, experiences that might be different than our own. And I think that is something that is really needed in our world today.
For years, John Mahold and I had this dream of climbing Kilimanjaro. And when I met Kyle Hansen and his family, that was so inspirational for me. We were off to climb Kilimanjaro, which was 6 or 7 days of climbing. Kyle and his family were climbing a mountain every single day.
It was not about, hey, I'm climbing a mountain for the Hansens, I want to go meet them. And so we spent an afternoon in their apartment, in this little bitty 2-bedroom apartment where one of the daughters had to be picked up and carried from point A to point B because she was in a big wheelchair and couldn't get through the hall. Saw what their struggle was, but got to know them.
They had been waiting for a couple of years for their habitat home. And John and I decided we can do something very meaningful that will make our trip much more meaningful for us and hopefully help this beautiful family. And so we reached out to the people that we know, our circles of influence, and we helped them get into their habitat home about 9 months later.
What have we learned from Dick and Mimi? First of all, we've learned how love works in practice, how they love each other, how they love their family, how they love their community, and what they do about that love. It teaches us so much about what we can do with the gifts that we've been given.
The spirit that makes up the Bitzan family makes a difference in this community. And that to me is probably the most important part.
Each of us has the opportunity to be philanthropists, to be spreaders of positive messages in our community, and every single one of us has an opportunity to make this a better community. And you know what? At the end of the day, it isn't about what we've done, but it's about this amazing gift we've been given, and that is to live in this community where there are so many people that are working together to improve the lives of others and make this a better place to live.
As parents, we all have such high hopes for our kids, and as Dick and I have recently discovered, even higher hopes for our grandchildren. But I think as a community, if we can think of the kids in the community as all of our kids, that is a way that would help us respond generously and creatively.
Dick and Mimi are jewels in our community. And you know, when we look at jewels, we think about the light that comes from them and so many different facets of the light that comes out. For Dick and Mimi, it's not about the light that comes out, it's about the person that is touched by that light. And when we think about gems, it's not about necessarily its luster and its quality, it is about how I feel when I look at that light coming from that gem. And that's what we have with Dick and Mimi. That's what their approach to philanthropy is all about, is how that person who sees the light feels.